This computer. There we go. No, I hit I didn't watch it the night it came out because I think Stephanie was kind of sleepy or something. And then Monday night, I don't know what happened Monday. And then last night I ate myself into a pizza coma.
Nice.
Understandable.
Yeah, like we had frozen pizza and I ate way too much frozen pizza and my belly hurt and I fell asleep really early.
I think Monday was
Monday
was the travel day. So it was just like, if we're going to watch Discovery and get caught up on all the episodes, this is it.
Now I saw on the tweeters, Ben, that you said that you hate yourself because you're actually enjoying it.
Okay, so here's the thing, though. All the shit that if we want to do this for Patreon early.
Yeah, this is for Patreon. Then we'll record the episode.
Right. Oh, okay.
So, because I didn't want to give away too much.
No, give away.
So everything that they're doing wrong, they're still doing wrong.
Okay.
What is it that you consider wrong?
Like the uniforms and the Klingons, that kind of stuff?
That kind of stuff. The aesthetic stuff that I said I had a problem with first, right out the bat, we've already addressed. Yeah. But then they're doing shit like, show me a list of the most decorated Starfleet captains, right? And it lists off Robert fucking April, right? Who has been that fringe canon, but not quite canon, first captain of the Enterprise. According to the animated series, he was the captain, and Chris Pike was his first officer. He bops out, and then Chris Pike becomes captain, and Chris Pike's on the list. I'm surprised, though, that Garth of Izar isn't on the list. But then when I thought about it,
what about Wayne of Izar?
I like him personally.
Who's Party on? Garth of Izar, party on. Wayne of Izar. You know what? I totally forgot the extreme close-up bit until you just said that. That was really good. Now, who is Wayne and Garth of Izar?
So Garth of Izar was a famous Starfleet captain that Kirk looked up to. But in an episode of the original series, he was in a mental institution. And because he'd lost his, but the thing is, then I thought about it and it was like, okay, well, it would make sense he's not listed yet because this is the era when he becomes the famous Garth of Izar. So we may still see him later.
And then let me ask you a question. Over the weekend, Sunday, actually, I did a little chat with the people who support the show on Patreon, which was pretty fun. It was like 45 minutes of fun. We just kind of chit-chatted about stuff. I think they were disappointed greatly that it was just me, though. I'm not going to lie to you. They're like, at the end of it, they were like, so is the other guys going to come on or what? And I was like, fuck you, dude. So
were we supposed to be there?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all. I just did it.
I thought I was being excluded.
No, not at all. If you'd like to be included, I will gladly include you.
I just thought we would all be there, but it's just we would have been there this week because Cubs.
Yeah, I just did a pop-up real quick because I wanted to see how it would go. It went pretty well. But I asked them a question that I thought about when I was getting out of the shower the other day. Would this show be better suited if it was later in the timeline? Like if it was after Voyager, do you think people would be more accepting of it because of the technology and the look of it? Or do you think it kind of fits where it is?
I'm getting past it. I don't know if it's still on one of our pages, but I did an explanation on the timeline where the timeline that TNG was in is an altered timeline. Oh. Because when they go back and help Zefram Cochrane, that altered the time stream. And then that explains why the Kelvin at the beginning of Jar Jar Abrams' Trek was more advanced than what we were supposed to have then.
Okay.
Even though that takes place later. No, it takes place before this. So it takes place before Discovery.
Yeah, but everything, like old Star Trek is clean reset, everything automatically, the forces align and everything happens the way it was supposed to happen with a few minor things, Sisko's face might appear in a history book now and then.
Now, why haven't they gone past Voyager? Like, why haven't they ventured out that way at all? And it's kind of...
Voyager was so bad that they don't want to continue it.
Is that, is that why? Why did they choose to go backwards in continuity as opposed to forward?
I'm not really sure why they would go that direction. Maybe it was just, there's that, Well, the nostalgia version of it, where it's like, hey, remember when Starfleet was tough, kind of thing.
Remember the Klingons?
Remember when we were at war and things were spooky?
Okay.
But then it was just like the universe for TNG had been done. We had 3 series basically based on TNG timeline.
That's crazy to think about, that there were 3 Star Trek series in one timeline. Like you had 2 shows on and then like theatrical films going on at one. That's nuts to think about. Like that's a lot of Trek,
Mm-hmm.
It was 3 7-year series.
Yeah.
I mean that was and that's 14 years straight, because 2 of them were,
concurrent,
1 to 7, and then DS9 overlapped 2 of them.
Yeah, that's nuts to think about. And then after that one, you had Enterprise, which is kind of the same, because I guess they tie Enterprise into TNG, right? Like with the finale or whatever, because Riker shows up and he's like, "I'm here to have sex with all of you." All right.
You got a space station I can blow up.
Ooh,
right this way, Commander.
So, but yeah, it's just
I think going out beyond Voyager, the only thing they've kind of the waypoint they put out there is like the temporal, time traveling ships or whatever.
Right, the 30th century or
that would, I don't know. It might be a little weird.
And
to have a show based around the temporal prime directive.
Then they would run into the Legion of Superheroes at the 30th century.
Yeah, and Doctor Who
shows up.
Yeah,
and
I thought Doctor Who mainly bumped around in the 52nd century.
I don't know. I don't know what Doctor Who is. So
I think you're the best one to know that answer on this show. Just saying.
So let's just go ahead and go with 50 seconds.
He was in the TNG era, right? Didn't he fight the Cybermen and the?
He fought the Borg.
The Borg.
Well, he was at the Battle of Wolf 359. We know, and
that's as close.
He showed up at the Guardian at the City of Edge of Forever.
I just can't, like when I saw it on Twitter that you're finding yourself digging Discovery. I was confused and happy all at the same time. Ben, I was just
so here is something.
What is happening here? I thought there was a distortion in the space-time continuum. Where's real Ben?
Here's the Patreon exclusive. What triggered that entire tweet situation?
Okay.
The pause at the beginning of, was it episode 4?
I don't know.
When they're the mining colony. Yeah, so it was 4.
Yes.
So they get the transmission from the mining colony. Then it goes to end transmission. And they had the Federation seal up there.
Yeah.
That Federation seal is heavily, heavily, heavily based off of the cover of the Franz Joseph Technical Manual, right? The 1975. That was the book that was quasi-canon for so long that there's been huge arguments over it. But that's all we had until TNG came out and they got their new technical manuals, and Okuda started making everything by canon.
Hello.
No.
Oh, hello. Hello, Okuda. Very pleasure to meet you.
Please, Riker, please.
Oh, hello, Okuda. What? I don't understand. I thought this was a good joke. Hello.
But, Rachel Ray. But, no,
do me a favor, Okuda. Open fridge. There's Coke in fridge. Take out the Coke. All right. Open Coke. Drink a Coke. Put Coke back in fridge. Cross fridge. Me Chinese, me play joke. Me put the pee-pee in your Coke. Okay, I'm sorry. You've never heard that, Jenny? You've never heard that joke?
Like since elementary school.
Okay, all right.
It's been 30 years.
You know what? I'm old school.
I appreciate that.
That's old school racism right there.
You don't get racism like that anymore.
Hell no, man.
All we got now is goddamn Nazis walking around. So the seal of the Federation they have, we've seen the one at Spock's funeral. We've seen throughout the TOS movies. We've seen throughout, obviously, TNG, the different variations on the circle with the wreaths around it. DS9, they actually are going to have a flag with the TNG one on it, flying over the ballpark. And so it's great. The thing is that the one that they used on this, it's almost like they're trying to get me to like the show. I said, confirm that they're Dork Trick listeners, because
I've heard about that. I'm really excited to see that.
This is, I mean, I see that
time to retain legal counsel.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think I don't think we should sue per se, because I saw the only thing I've seen about the new episode is the captain mentions that he's not equipped physically to please Klingon women because he doesn't have enough members, right?
You'll see.
Something like that?
Yeah.
You'll see.
Something like that.
I'm not saying I want all the money. I'm just saying I want the four of us to get writer's credit.
Well, yes, that would be wonderful. But also, if they have to institute a Dork Trek promo code when people sign up for Discovery.
Yes.
I don't even want that. I just want writer's credit. That way we can all be in the Screenwriters Guild. And then that's all I want.
Yeah, that'll open a few doors.
I think that's
simple.
Yeah, I think that's simple, right? I just want to be in the Writers Guild. I mean, if they're gonna, come on. No one ever thought the Klingons had two dicks
until we said it.
Until we said it.
I think that's worth some internet research to find the earliest mention.
2015.
2015.
2015 on Wikipedia, the Memory Alpha. Someone asked a question on one of the talk pages. Is it canon how many penises Klingons had?
Because I remember,
unless they're a weirdo that sits around and thinks about stuff like that, they must have gotten it from us.
That's right. That's well within the time frame of our.
I mean, I definitely I'm not certain of many things in this world, but I am certain that we were probably the first people to mention the two dick theory. Yeah. I mean, because why would anyone even think of that? Like, why would that?
Why did Fuller leave the show and all of a sudden they start rewriting to incorporate our ideas? Obviously,
like, look, we need two dicks on the Klingons and a police house. Like, if a fucking police house shows up, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm out.
I demand executive producer credit.
Yeah, no, I don't even. Again, I just want, because if we're in the Writers Guild and we get writers credit for the episode,
we can do both.
Then we'll get residual monies from that episode, and we'll get our Screenwriters Guild card, and we'll get like pensions and shit because we'll be
healthcare.
Yeah.
I'm going a different direction. I want the walk on with a speaking part. Here's your coffee, Captain.
Okay, so you want to be like Hitchcock in all his films.
Not even. I mean, just that one episode, one walk on, and it can't be cut. Right. It can't be like that's the.
So CBS, you'll have our list of demands shortly.
And I want.
They're not asking too much.
And I want a Star Trek II uniform.
Yes.
Wait, should we take hostages for this?
I think we already are. I mean, we're taking mental hostages. Because there's no way. Like, I remember the exact time we brought it up, because it's weird because it was one of the episodes that I had downloaded in my phone, and I turned it on to hear it, and Ben was like, "That's not happening." And I was like, "No, seriously, they have to have two dicks." And you were like, "No." And actually, I think you brought it up first, Ben. It was just a weird. We'll have to go back and find the episode and
like you said it, and then you immediately regretted that you ever mentioned
Here's the thing, though. As much as that has irked me over the years since we've been doing it.
It's got to be true.
If it had,
it is true now.
But if it had been mentioned previously, it would have pissed me off way before now.
Yes.
So if it had been mentioned in the 90s or the early 2000s, I would have already had a blog post, yelling about it before now.
America wasn't ready for two dick Klingons back in the 90s.
The engineer on Discovery, he looks like the pilot off of Firefly. What's that guy's name? Alan Tudyk. It's Illuminati right there. Boom.
Fucking Illuminati. All right.
The song and dance version.
Well, I'm just happy Ben likes the episode. I'm happy you like Discovery. Hopefully you'll stay liking it. So that'd be cool. It's nice. It's nice to have you on board.
We're only at episode 5
of 8. Mm-hmm. There's only 3 more or 4 more.
I thought they were going 15.
Yeah, I think they're doing like half seasons, though. I think they're going to break them up like stupid Walking Dead style.
I heard that they were going to go straight through.
Really?
They're trying to get the money now because they know everybody's going to drop.
They got to get that monies. I mean, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
They've already delayed it so many times.
Well, I was just mad about the not getting the monthly rate, because that's my absolute plan is I will pay for the episodes I watch and then drop.
I wonder what the subscription rate is, like if it's seen a bump. I wonder There's got to be somebody. I just don't care enough. Like, I wonder if people are watching this thing.
I don't know.
I mean, imagine they would release some kind of ratings for it, you know?
I don't know.
The one thing that we notice as we're watching it, though, like, for a show that's planned around being streamed only, it's not meant to be on TV, they planned the commercial breaks on this show so poorly.
Masterfully.
They'll just, like, throw them in, like, I don't know, like the middle of a scene or something, and then, like, right before the credits at the end, they just throw in a commercial break. And it's like, you know that it's going to be streaming. It's not like this is rebroadcast or something. You know?
This is according.
They may broadcast it at some point.
Oh yeah, they will. But I mean, you can expect the commercials to be cut poorly when they broadcast it or when it's syndicated. But this is the first run by the network that designed it to be streamed on the networks. It's not even like, hey, we're going to put it on Hulu. This is our service that we're going to put this on.
Yeah.
And Moonves has already said, hey, we're going to put commercials on it. So it should be designed to have it better, but it doesn't.
Let's see here. Hang on. This is from Deadline. It's like a one of them fancy Hollywood people websites. It says tonight's premiere of Star Trek Discovery on CBS's All Access drove a record number of single-day signups at CBS Digital's streaming subscription service. No specific numbers were reported, but the network claims today's stats outstripped the previous record by the Grammys. Why would you watch the Grammys? Like, who gives a rat's shit about the Grammys? I mean, let's be real, yo. So I guess they said the numbers bumped it up. So there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the fact that they have original programming on there now, that probably it could have been new episodes of I Love Lucy or I don't know, whatever CBS is owning. But I mean, anything.
You know, talking about like the because Ben, you're obviously the most tenured Trek fan among us. Like you have a history with
I've
Star
lived
Trek.
there.
Now, of all the people that I've seen online comment about Discovery and about its faithfulness or faithlessness to the previous series, like a lot of the people that say, oh, well, this, you know, they're breaking canon rules for X, Y, and Z or whatever. A lot of the people that are saying that, it seems, are people who recently started watching Star Trek and like the older series for whatever reason. Like some of them like the episodic nature of the older series and don't like how this is a season arc that they're going through. Some of them are calling out like things that don't make sense in canon or break canon. But they're like kids, you know, like they weren't even watching TV when TNG was out, but they went back when it was on Netflix and started watching it and fell in love with it. And so now they're too passionate.
So they're like recent converts. And they're just like, oh, we know everything.
And with everything I've ever dealt with, converts are the fucking worst for anything. Yeah. Like new religion, new politics, new show.
I'm a vegan.
Yeah.
I just find it really.
You are, Jenny. Congratulations.
No,
it's just really interesting to me to see how intolerant like the converts are.
Well, I think
compared to people who have Star Trek has been a part of life for essentially all of their life.
Well, I have a theory on that one. Sure. You have people who watch Rick and Morty who are screaming at people who make minimum wage about a fucking ketchup and soy sauce. I think modern fandom to some extent is just toxic. Really shitty and toxic and terrible. So
yeah, the paywall may be driving some of that too. Like people would just look for a reason, like, oh, they're stealing my $6 a month. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, they're stealing my 2-dick joke.
Cash grab.
No. That's totally justified.
That's a legitimate beef, sir.
Right.
I mean,
so, but my thing with continuity,
if they show up at fucking Planet MC Hammer Pants, I'm gonna be so pissed.
There's a going theory, and I don't know if we want to talk about theories. Because it involves something I think Dennis and I know about, but you and Jenny don't know about.
Is that the birds? Is that the birds and the bees?
Ben, we were never supposed to talk about that night.
I already know. I've got it on tape.
You're talking about something else. Never mind.
Wait, I might not be.
Oh, wait, you're not supposed to remember that either. Cosby.
What's going on?
Are you guys having sex? And not
anymore.
Letting us videotape.
See, the Bible says that mankind shall not lay with mankind as with womankind. Apparently, these people are not aware of how gay sex works, because it ain't nothing like what you do with a woman. But no, so there's a thing. There's a
guess they've never seen me peg you then.
Wow.
Well, $1,000 Patreon subscribers.
I'd buy that for $1.
That's the Diamond Elite Patreon level.
Watch Jenny peg Ben.
Oh, squeal like a pig, boy. But so there's a secret organization that we're going to come up in DS9. Then they'll show up again in Enterprise. This may be related to that, as far as like these secret ops.
31, right?
Okay, so all right, yeah. So Section 31. But
we've talked about Section 31 before.
Have we?
Yeah. They came up. When did they come up?
I didn't think that
haven't they already been on DS9?
No,
not yet. But I mean, that was the theory hopping around online. People were like, this is 31. This is 31.
In Enterprise, somebody was watching Enterprise and it came up. Maybe, I don't know. Like you or Manny. Like this is a long time ago.
I don't remember, but whatever.
Seriously,
I know.
Javier Baez is not only the greatest second baseman in American
in Cubs history. Are you really about to say that?
Not in Cubs history, just in the league today.
He's just feeling emotions right now.
So he hit his second home run.
You guys had a guy named Ryan Sandberg way back in the day who was.
Yeah.
Well, Rhino actually did he throw out the
fucking choice?
I didn't see the first pitch for the ceremonial pitch, but I think Rhino threw it out for this.
Yeah,
game.
Yeah, he did. I mean, it's fine if you guys beat Wood. I mean, the next game is going to be Kershaw, and then we'll see how he goes from there. Because that Clayton Kershaw, good man. That guy is
just so it's not a sweep. That's
tamale.
Just don't want to sweep. So anyway, though, the fact though that this is secret missions, nothing has violated canon yet.
Okay.
So you could have this. I mean, he's got a tribble on his desk. We don't officially know about tribbles until Kirk's time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
or the Gorn skeleton.
The Gorn skeleton in the background.
Yeah.
There was possibly a Horta spotted by somebody in the background. The no kill eye. The rock. The rock.
Now, what if the Packlids show up, dude? That would be the fucking real deal.
I will stop watching.
Dennis will shoot everyone.
I'm thinking as long as it stays isolated to the Discovery or the Discovery crew, and then at the end of the series, everybody dies.
Yeah, I mean that's
basically going to bubble.
Well, I mean that's how they did it with the Star Wars movie, and everybody loved that shit. They thought fucking Forrest David Silva was awesome. They loved the what's that movie called? There, he looked like David. He looked like David Silva, like he totally did. He looked like David Silva, and they never mentioned any of those motherfuckers in any of the movies. They love that movie. Yeah, I love that movie.
The Bothans get more mention than these guys do.
Yeah, I love that movie, and that dude totally looks like fucking Space David Silva. It's awesome. I'll say this before we end this Patreon recording. This one's just for Dennis. How do you just give fucking Justin Turner away? Just give him away. Did you know Justin Turner? Two guys that I really loved from the Mets. Him and Curtis Granderson. Just on the Dodgers. Both playing for the Dodgers. Grandy makes sense because at least he was old and at the end of the contract. I don't feel bad about that because why suffer with the Mets? Yeah. But Justin Turner, they just gave that dude away. Yeah. We could have used a third baseman. You think?
Dude, here's my thing.
Considering ours is the fucking walking wounded.
How do you load the bases? Right? Load up the bases. The opposing team's pitcher comes up to bat, and you can't fucking strike him out.
The pitchers, a lot of the pitchers now are better athletes than they used to be, and some of them are better hitters.
The guy was set up for a bunt, and they walk his ass.
Well, that's just bad pitching. I mean,
okay, but then immediately after that, Turner comes up to bat.
Yeah.
Or was it Turner that came up next?
He hit the walk-off bomb. Yeah.
They strike him out.
Justin Turner is amazing. And he was a Met. I have a picture with him at Harbor Park when he was with the Orioles.
Oh, really?
Yes. I'll show it. Me and Justin Turner.
I thought you had a picture with Arrieta, too, didn't you?
Nah, not Arrieta. Here you go. Hang on. That's Dusty Rhodes I think you're thinking about.
Oh,
they look very similar.
But yeah, so that's the Patreon, everybody. Thank you for your support and your, what's the word I'm looking for? Patronage. We really appreciate it, man. I popped the shit out of that.
Patreonage.
I popped the shit out of that P right there, baby. But yeah, thank you for your support. We appreciate it, and we'll talk next time about Discovery because I didn't get a chance to watch, but I'll watch soon. I promise. And Ben likes it. That's amazing.
Hey, Mikey, he likes it.
He likes it. He likes it.
Terrified. I know it's not.
This was all just for friendship, man.
This is my first fucking rodeo.
It's not my
being friendly.
I know, but we're talking about some TNG up in here.
We're talking about baseball and all that stuff. But anyway,
that's America.
That's
Ted
DS9.
Williams.
Yeah, that's baseball.
I played some baseball back in the day.
What is baseball?
I just wanted to
holodeck with my son.
I just wanted to mention the '99 Braves.
Yeah,
they're not as good as the '99 Yankees.
The Braves.
What was the name of the Japanese guy in TNG that was the greatest baseball player ever? He played for like the
Tori Hanzo.
Yeah, he played for the Tokyo.
Bonsai.
He played for the Tokyo Knights or something. No, it was the
London
Knights,
Kings.
London Kings.
The 2015 London Kings.
Yeah,
may have been one of the greatest teams in history.
Tokyo. What was his name?
Buck Bonsai.
His name wasn't Buck Bonsai. Even I know that, and my brain's mush.
Good try, Ben.
Okay, his full name was Buckaroo.
Yes. That sounds more believable. And the best part is when they showed him, he was like this little Japanese fat dude. It's like, that motherfucker can't play no baseball.
Yeah.
Well, that was later in his career.
Yeah, it was. He let himself go a little.
They
latter day Babe Ruth.
Well, they had mentioned him in TNG, and that's why it was kind of a nice little callback.
Let's see here. This is DS9 season 3 two-parter. What's the two-parter called? Past Tense?
Past Tense 1 and 2.
Now we're only going to review one episode because that's how we do it. So I know you guys were debating because I didn't watch the second half of it. I got to watch only watched the first half.
It's got a solid break point.
Yeah, I think it does.
I'll try not to read too much into it.
To read too much into what?
Or into the next episode and be like,
yeah, I mean, whatever, dude. I just
you can probably guess what happens.
Yeah, everything works out.
Yeah.
Guys.
I like how they refer back to this episode in years later.
Years later. Is that how it works?
Seasons later, there's an episode where somebody's looking at something and they make a mention of like, hey, have you ever noticed that this guy looks like that? You know. Like, what?
Oh my God.
Was it the London Knights?
I never noticed that.
And then he winks at the camera and then the credits roll.
And
Sisko.
You're so crazy.
I apologize. It was not the London Knights. It was the London Kings. And his name is Buck Bokai.
Close enough.
Buck Bokai.
And he is a chubby little Asian guy.
Yes. So this episode, it starts out simple enough. Like they're going to Earth because they want to talk about the Dominion.
The Dominion.
And he wants to visit his sister.
In Portland.
Which one?
Well, it's good to know that
I don't think it's Maine.
It's good to know that Portland's still there, right?
I still debate which Portland is it. I think.
I mean, there are plenty of Portlands. I'm sure there's more.
There's not
Portland
a lot of black people in Portland.
I mean, they could
even
be
in the 24th century.
It could be. What if it's Portland?
Omaha.
Portland, Omaha.
Portland. I'm sure there's more than one Portland, man. There's more than two. There's got to be more than two.
Yeah, but if you're going to just say, hey, I visit my sister in Portland, you pretty much mean one of the two main Portlands. Yeah. You probably mean Oregon.
It's cool to know that like Portland's still pretty with it and hip in the 24th century or whatever.
That's why I tweeted. I was like, I wonder if it's still weird. Were they manage to keep it weird?
Oh yeah.
That's why they live there because
the eugenics wars and everything.
I didn't even know Benjamin had a sister. So this is nice to know. It's the first time we heard of her.
Neither did he. He waited until Kenobi told him.
Sister?
Yes.
I have a sister.
Crap, I kissed her. Oh my God.
Well, he'd probably kiss her even if he knew because he's a weirdo.
Oh, I didn't know. She was my sister.
We've known each other our whole lives.
But that's what you think?
What kind of Barry Allen bullshit is this?
Space does weird things to a man.
It happens in Mr. Robot too. He accidentally kisses his sister.
Ew.
I've never seen Mr. Robots.
It's good.
I've never been attracted to any of my siblings.
That's good.
Quite happy about that.
You shouldn't be.
Yeah. But
I'm from Alabama.
If you met a sibling and you didn't know that it was your sibling.
That's like a fucking participation trophy right there, Ben. You're getting congratulations, Ben. You've never been attracted to a sibling.
Yay!
What?
Well, I mean, I didn't grow up with them. And
hell no!
But if you had,
what are you, some kind of homosexual?
But if you had grown up with them, you might have found them more attractive. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that.
I mean, they are, whatever, man. You guys are fucking maniacs. You're sex perverts. That Benjamin is a sex prevert. So
that's true.
I ain't no space Benjamin.
So they're on their way back to Earth, and they're having light conversation. The highlight of this episode for me is when Quark shows up, because Quark is great.
I don't even remember what he says. What does he even say? He's trying to negotiate a deal or something with the Grand Nagus.
Yeah.
The Grand.
His nephew needs to get out of jail or something like that.
And he's like, hey, man, don't forget to tell Starfleet how influential Grand Nagus was in getting you guys contact. And he's like, I won't forget. And he's like, yeah, because his nephew's in trouble and he needs some help. And you know what they say about one of the rules of acquisition. And Sisko spits it out to him. And you can see Quark has mad respect.
Yeah.
Because he knows several of them. I guess he knows like 2 or 3. So he's been studying, Well,
see, my thinking was as soon as I saw Quark and he earned a paycheck this week.
Yeah.
That was it. He just punched in. I'm not in this episode, but I need a check.
Yeah.
And then he left.
I wrecked my car and my insurance wouldn't cover it. Can you guys write me in just so I can have a couple bucks this week?
What happened was Armin Shimmerman showed up and he saw he wasn't on the call sheet and he stormed into the producer's office with his contract. It says right here, I'm supposed to be in 90% of the episodes.
Well, I was happy that Quark showed up. It made me happy.
Yeah.
Look, I told this bitch that I was on the show. She was going to suck my dick. And she saw the script and I wasn't in it. This is bullshit. I need to get my dick sucked. Now you fix that. You fix it now.
I can't figure out why she always wants me to be in the makeup when I do it.
It's so weird, but whatever. I mean, I'm getting laid, so I can't complain too much. And to be honest with you, I kind of look better as Quark than I do as a regular dude. And I want this bitch to suck my dick and lick my butthole. So I need you to put me in this episode. I need you to put me in the episode now. And like, all right already. What do you want to do? I don't know. Just something quick. And make it so you only see my head. So while I'm doing it, she could be blowing me at that point.
Yeah. Do you think he was wearing like the weathermen just wear a jacket and then they have short pants on underneath? Do you think when he has just
short pants
shot like that?
He doesn't even have pants on.
Did you say short pants?
Yeah, of course.
Short pants.
It's a colloquialism.
I believe they're called shorts.
Yeah. Hey, Tom Petty said in a song one time.
Oh, God rest his soul.
We used to say it all the time when I was a child.
Dude, it's Tom Petty.
Yeah. My mother's she's an alien, so.
Like an actual alien?
She's from Japan.
Now,
she taught me wrong English, man.
Your mom is like first generation American?
Yeah.
That's pretty neato. Yeah. I was unaware of that. I just thought she was Japanese from like family lineage. I didn't know she was like.
Yeah, both.
Like, no, I mean, I got that part of it, but I didn't realize she was like right,
No, she was made in Japan.
Made in Japan.
Much like many of our electronics.
Is that true these days? I thought most of the stuff was made in China.
It's pretty much all made in China now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they got.
I only use Taiwanese products myself.
They have literally slave labor. No, you don't.
China.
I'm sure that microphone you're using was probably made in China because I have one just like it.
Now, a lot of memory cards are made in Thailand, or they used to be, until Thailand had a huge flood a few years ago and pretty much wiped out their production facilities.
Oops. You know how that happened? China. They with their fucking weather machine.
Hey, who started getting contracts for memory cards?
That BET, son. That weather machine that Cobra has. China got their hands on it.
Yeah, the weather dominator.
They flooded Taiwan or wherever, Thailand. They said, suck that.
Just saying. And there was an eclipse, and then all of a sudden, hurricanes.
A total eclipse of the heart.
So that's either China or Heroes?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess.
I ain't got no superpowers because I jumped off the fucking Yorktown and almost broke my neck.
I jumped off the Yorktown and almost broke my neck. That would have worked better if you would have said it to like a puppet, or if you would have been like behind an American flag on some kind of collared comedy tour or something. That joke would have been a bit more effective.
Some color of collar.
Some colored collar tour of some sort.
I ain't even wearing no goddamn collar because I'm a Cubs fan, true and true.
No collar, man.
The no collar comedy tour. Have you guys watched the Def Jam?
No comedy collar tour.
Have you guys watched the new Def Jam thing yet? Have you watched the Def? Is it good? That's
the best thing. Well, no, I mean it's great because they show some of the old bits and stuff. There's not a lot of original material on there, but
that's surprising.
The best part of it is Dave Chappelle and D.L. Hughley get up there to give tribute to something. But Dave Chappelle just fucking loses track of what he was saying or whatever. And so this is a point where they normally would have cut it and edited it together to make it work. But he just went fucking off for like 10 minutes on this hilarious rant about all kinds of stuff. And D.L. Hughley, like he tried to jump in with him, but he was like, nah, I just got to let him go. And it was awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
D.L. Hughley wears a lot of makeup. Like he's like the black Carrot Top. Like every time I've seen him on, like he wears that level of foundation and stuff. It's very strange.
Yeah.
D.L. Hughley. But anywho, Ben's watching the Cub game intently. Something dramatic must be happening.
No. Schwarber just is out.
Let me check ESPN. See where
Bryant's
Ben's
up to bat. 3-1, bottom of the 6th. Bryant,
All right,
foul
all you
ball.
people who complain about us talking about soccer, please feel free to chime in.
No, I don't care, man. Whatever.
Well, here's the thing for the Patreon subscribers who get to see the videos of these. They may see me get very excited toward the end of this episode,
Like sexually,
possibly, or just completely dejected as I
sexually.
Bases are loaded. Time for rally sex. Come on, Jenny.
Let me load your bases.
The one thing I will say about playoff baseball is every pitch is intense and means something. It gets you right there. Like my shelf life when playoff baseball's on, if the Mets are in it, is very short because I mean every pitch is important. Especially, God forbid, there's a guy on second base. You're just like. It's every second is just so tense.
And that's the thing about baseball. Like you never know. Like it could be the 9th inning and a team can come back from being 8 runs down.
Yeah. That's why when people
that
tell me
that didn't happen last night, Dennis.
No, it didn't.
Did not happen at all. And we were only 5 runs down.
That's why when people tell me baseball is boring, you're an idiot.
Yeah, you just don't understand.
Yeah, you're just an idiot. You don't get it.
You probably don't even like DS9.
Yeah, you're a dummy. And
you probably like football.
Yeah, you like
Dumb
American football. That means you're dumb. Like it's weird to me that like football and NASCAR, it seems like there's a lot of crossover there with their fans at this point. Like NASCAR fans are dumb idiots, and it seems like American football fans are kind of dumb idiots, right?
I'm not subscribing to this opinion.
I am. I'm throwing it out there, man. Dumb idiots. I'm saying it. A lot of dumb, idiot, almost racist people are really into football. I'm okay with that.
There's a lot of smart.
I think a lot of
progressive
what people like about NASCAR and football,
dumb idiots,
are the things around it. Not even the sport itself. You
just
know what
the
I mean?
drinking.
Like they getting together, drinking, eating wings,
making out with their
tailgating,
family members,
driving around with Confederate flags in the back of their truck.
Racism.
Yeah. That
Standing for the flag. You know that's
Hell yeah, you better stand for that flag.
Yeah.
Dumb idiots. I'm just gonna say dumb idiots.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. As Jenny's on board, I'm totally cool with it.
I used to like football, but then I fucking got smart.
I evolved.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know, man. It's just boring as fuck.
It is boring. Nothing happens.
It's just a bunch of fucking people standing around.
There's 60 minutes on the clock, right? And they probably do 8 minutes worth of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Most of the time, the clock's just running.
Yeah,
so.
It's boring.
Whatever.
And now that they throw the ball all over the place, the games take forever because the clock stops every time the ball.
It's like an American League baseball game.
Yeah,
what's funny is I turned to that Yankees game today, and it actually on the guide, the TV guide, it said it was the post-game show, but they were in the 6th inning. I was like, oh, American League Baseball.
At its finest, 8 hours long.
They planned for a 3.5-hour game, but no.
Yeah, 6 hours later.
This will take at least 5.
I blame designated hitter rule.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, you don't need the DH anymore, but that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about Star Trek and how
the
American football fans and NASCAR fans are racist, dumb idiots.
Not all of them, but enough.
Yeah, there's enough dumb idiot crossover. Like when I see people going, man, I ain't watching that sport no more because they don't stand for the flag. You're a dumb idiot. You're a dumb idiot. I'm just saying it. You're a dumb idiot. And you're probably a NASCAR fan.
You probably have a Confederate flag tattoo.
I think that they possibly have a misunderstanding of basic
America?
Freedoms and what America stands for.
It's not even a question of that.
No, you're just a dumb idiot. Okay. I order you to stand for that flag and that anthem, which is all about
black
being
guy,
free.
aren't you happy with being rich? Come on, black guy.
I gave you money, boy. Now dance.
That's right.
Yeah.
What else do you want?
Yep,
you got to at least be able to shoot you in the street. Come on.
You better stand for that song that's all about freedom, or else.
I feel.
Go back to Africa. That's coming.
Dude, I mean, yeah. I mean, come on.
You can afford it now.
You're a dumb idiot.
Just imagine, boy, you go back on there to Africa, you could retire there and just be happier, and you'd ever be here. Nobody's going to shoot at you.
You're a dumb idiot. Think about how boring your sports would be if there were no minorities. Then you're even more of a dumb idiot. Did you see football back in the day when there were minorities? They never did anything. They just ran around with leather helmets on the
Grange was the greatest.
You're a dumb idiot. You know when baseball got better? When they started letting black and Latin guys in. That's when baseball started getting better. You're a dumb idiot.
I had to explain the Negro Leagues to my son this
which is
last
crazy
weekend.
to even think about. Why do you think the National League was so much better than the American League for all those years? Because they let black and Latin players in first. Yeah. You're a dumb idiot. Willie Mays is the greatest ball player to ever live. I said it. You're a dumb idiot if you think anything else.
Well, I think something else.
No. Willie Mays is the greatest ball player that ever lived.
Who do you think
Who's
is
better than
then?
Willie Mays?
I wanna
He's
know.
a 5-tool player.
He's the prototype 5-tool player.
Yeah. Right. Willie could do everything.
Barry Bonds is the only other player that even comes close.
And
he doesn't even come close.
And then he started doing steroids, and then he couldn't move his little legs anymore.
But I mean even before, even before he started using steroids, he was.
Oh no, he was great.
But he still was. I mean, he was never going to be Willie Mays.
No, never. There'll never be another Willie Mays.
Willie Mays with the Mets was better than any other baseball player.
Willie Mays with the Mets is better than any current Met baseball player.
That's not saying much.
You're a dumb idiot. All right. So anyway.
Wait, I want to hear Ben's answer.
Yeah, well, who's the greatest ball player to ever live? Who?
Oh, I guess you'll have to subscribe and go back and listen.
No, bullshit.
This is for free. Who's the greatest ball player to ever live, Ben?
I don't know.
Oh, Jesus! After all that, you're not even.
It's okay. We're not going to attack you.
You will. I'm still a fan of Ted Williams.
Oh no, Ted Williams is
he's like
he's probably 2.
DiMaggio will always have a warm place in my memories.
DiMaggio's a great ball player.
So
Ted Williams is great. I mean, the guy didn't play baseball for what, 4 years?
Yeah.
And he still hit 500 home runs.
Killing Nazis.
He was killing Japs and Koreans. Like, fucking for real.
Think we were fighting the Japanese and the Koreans at the same time.
Well, he left twice.
Oh.
He left in World War II and then left later to fight the Koreans.
He just hated those Asians, man.
He fucking did,
that's
man.
Disturbing.
He would not like you, Dennis.
That's all right. I'll pretend to be the other half.
I don't think he would like either half, though. You know, the whole man of a certain era.
I don't know about that, about Ted Williams.
Yeah, you're right. I don't want to besmirch him.
Ted Williams is great.
Good guy.
Good guy.
Yeah.
How dare
head.
you besmirch him?
I'll give you Ted Williams.
His cryogenically frozen head.
And his frozen head. A man of science. I'll give you Ted Williams. I think he's great.
All right.
He's
mentioned on Star Trek.
He's the best hitter.
Oh yeah,
I will give you that.
Okay.
But all around player, I don't know, man.
It's got to be Willie.
Could he flash the glove like Willie Mays? I don't think so.
He was a good fielder. I mean, Ted Williams.
He couldn't run the bases like
No,
Willie Mays.
nobody could.
Exactly.
Willie Mays, greatest ball player ever lived. 660 home runs.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking home runs.
That's a lot of home runs.
In the dead ball era.
Not so much anymore. Now everybody fucking hits home runs.
That's because of steroids. But anyway.
Yeah, but it's all natural now, right?
No, it's all I think it's because that's how they play now. It's all it's just home runs. It's boring.
So anyway.
Give me a hit and run.
We got a commercial break, so if you're going to get me focused on Star Trek, now's the time.
So, so do it. Somebody start talking.
So yeah, so they're going to be down to the planet
Earth.
And yes,
that's right. It is Earth.
The planet. It's a planet.
It is a planet. You guys are both right.
You matter of factly said it like they're going to beam down, like the planet of the
planet.
week. It's not just any planet.
Well, whenever we get lost, that's always a good place to come in.
They're going to be down to the planet.
Probably 85% of the time, that's what's about to happen.
So they're on the planet.
Yeah. So they're beaming down to the planet Earth.
And things go awry.
Duran Duran starts playing. And
I love Duran Duran.
There's some weird readings that O'Brien picks up, but he's like, oh, it's fine. You send him anyways.
Sure, why not?
Whatever.
Nothing bad has ever happened from a transporter accident.
No. I hate Keiko so much.
And that made me want to go back and look and see how many times O'Brien has been behind one of these transporter malfunctions.
Good call.
Ran into issues on...
Maybe we give him a lot more credit than he deserves for being a great engineer.
Maybe it was Geordi pulling his ass out of the fire and no Geordi now, so what you going to do, Chief?
Yeah, next thing you know, chronotons are flying all over the place.
I don't know what I am going to do. That's a good question. I'm going to roll up my sleeves.
Yes, they're already rolled up. Roll up more.
Give that a little tug right there.
I'm going to roll up my pant legs.
Wait a minute. If I already rolled up my sleeves, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do next. I'll probably be uncomfortable by lovers showing any kind of feelings for one another or any kind of real passion about life. I'm going to roll up my sleeves.
I wasn't a fan of the hallway closet transporter room where it's just they're literally at the end of a hall. Because while they're Chief O'Brien and Kira are talking, you can see crewmen walking past in the background, just like doo-doo-doo-doo.
It makes me think of the the old Klingon ships. Like they're not built for comfort; they're just built to optimize the amount of space they have, so they can put more weapons in there.
Defiance a war machine, so I mean,
exactly. That's why it's kind of
compact.
The same kind of philosophy.
Yeah.
Like, because the quarters, the crew quarters are shitty too.
Yeah, there's no holodeck, there's no fucking barber, there's no coffee shop, there's
not a single luxury.
Nope, it's
like
all
Robinson Crusoe.
It's all war. It's war.
It's Klingon as can be.
Let's go fight some Borg. And I love the story of the Defiant, where it's like, yeah, we built all this stuff for the Borg, and then we got over it. Like it's very realistic, you know. But yeah, so nothing like that. There's no barber. There's no wacky barkeep on this one with big hats. Nope. If there is, that hat's got a gun in it, and they're gonna kill.
I'm pretty sure she had a shotgun though, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Like in "I'm gonna get you, sucker."
She did. Didn't she pull a weapon on somebody? At one time?
She had a rifle under the bar.
Yeah. Man,
but she didn't keep it in her
Guinan was awesome.
Yeah, I miss Guinan.
Actually, I miss TNG. I'm going to go back and start watching it again.
I miss TNG too. I know that sounds really weird, but like, not saying I don't enjoy DS9 because I really like DS9. Like DS9 is an amazing show, and this is a really great episode. I just miss it. It's like a friend.
Yeah.
An old friend that you welcome back into your heart.
Yeah.
I get that.
Now I'm sad.
Cuddle you in my
cry,
bosom.
Ben.
Oh, look at him.
I can see your TV on the reflection.
Yeah, so can I. Somebody's just pitching. Nobody
gets Arietta. Ooh, almost lost the ball.
So, but yeah, so they end up somewhere in like a concrete jungle, and it's modern times because there's a shotgun pointing at them.
Oh, and, shit.
That's not very good.
Yeah.
But the weird part was like, where did their communicators go?
Yeah.
They got robbed. Their rank pins are gone too.
So they got robbed while they were just laying on the ground?
Yeah.
Mhm.
God damn, San Francisco.
I know, what the fuck?
That's pretty
town.
accurate.
So while they were laying on the ground, they took their communicator pins?
Yep.
Interesting.
And
All
the
right.
rank pips.
All right, so because I was curious, like, what happened to him? I guess I missed that part. And then,
Yeah, well, there's a little bit later he says our communicators must have been stolen while we were unconscious.
or they're in our buttholes.
That's what they should have. I think Starfleet should start a mandatory, like butt plug program
Mhm.
where all officers are required, and just have like a cigar
Ben.
shaped.
Backup.
Ben, you realize by saying that it's going to end up in Discovery.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I want Isaacs right now is reading next month's scripts, going, "Fuck you, Ben."
Well, you know what? It's like a wallet that you shove up your ass.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want like a cigar.
Captain Lorca got kidnapped again. How are we going to find him? Don't worry.
He's got the ass beacon.
Like it's an actual butt plug. It's in the proper shape and all, but you zip it open and you stick all your stuff in there.
Yeah.
And they just
Yeah.
see. I was going for more.
Why waste the space?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Okay. I mean, you were going to use it anyway.
Yeah.
Most Starfleet officers have a couple.
Yeah.
We all have rectums. I mean, might as well fill them up with useful stuff.
And butt
Exactly.
plugs. You might as well stimulate your prostate while holding your valuable possessions. I'm going to invent this. A butt plug, like when you go to a foreign country, or maybe you're maybe you're backpacking through Europe and you're staying at a hostel and you're afraid people are going to steal your shit. Just stick your shit in your butt.
Up the butt.
a butthole wallet.
Or you got to wear a tuxedo. You don't want to carry around your keys, your wallet,
No.
and stuff. No. Put
Nah.
them on your butt.
Yep, just-
Up the butt.
it's going to
Hey,
be
but-
very uncomfortable at the valet stand. Hang on, you got to.
Well, hopefully you're getting out of your car when you give them the keys. So
Well,
they might
some
question how it smells. But other than that,
If you'd like to try your free trial of the Dork Trick butt plug, go to dorktrick.com and use promo code UPTHEBUTT.
now to save time, though, the valets will keep your keys up their butts.
yes.
So they may have to fish around in there for a while to get your keys.
And then you guys could just go ass to pass them back and forth. To
Yeah.
ass to ass.
And I'll poop out of my butt into your butt, and then you poop out of your butt into my butt, and then we just poop the same poop over and over forever.
Same time, man. Same time.
But yeah, so
Nobody gets that reference ever.
what?
Anyway, it's from a movie, and like not just you guys, but nobody on. Apparently,
I don't know
Where's it
what
from?
what movie is it from?
I don't even remember at this point.
Well, then
Well.
you don't even get your own reference.
Well, ass to ass is a movie reference. If you don't know that, do you know what that is?
I don't.
That's
I know
from,
that one.
What's
I
that
know-
one from, Jenny?
Requiem for a Dream.
Requiem for a Dream.
I know
I saw it
never.
like a year ago.
It's a
Never
really
go-
great film. It's bleak and kind of sad, but it's a great
Never-
film.
Never go ass to mouth is the only thing I remember from movies.
I don't
That's
remember.
life.
I don't think we have to call those movies. They're
Yeah.
just short clips on the internet.
Films.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I was pretty sure that was a Kevin Smith movie. It
Kevin
said
Nealon?
you- No, Kevin.
Kevin Nealon.
You never go ass to mouth.
Is that the Zinni and what's her face make a porno or whatever?
I don't know, but that's a rule. You never go ass to mouth.
Ass to ass.
Is
And
that
the
a
cool
Kevin
part
Nealon movie? Or a Kevin Smith? Sorry. I got Kevin Nealon.
Zach and Minnie make a porno. Yeah, it's a Kevin
Yeah.
Smith movie.
I
I
thought,
thought that was,
Judd Apatow.
Yeah.
No, I want to say it was Kevin Smith.
Pretty sure it was Atapow.
Let's look. Kevin Smith.
But anyway, I think Dennis, your tweets this week pretty much nailed the episode. If you're a mysterious black man or an Arab waking up on the
It is
streets
Kevin
of San
Smith.
Francisco,
That's what I was showing. Yep, it is a Kevin Smith movie. Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I know. Like, because, I mean, they're, hey, haul them off to the sanctuary zone.
right?
Get the
Well,
fuck
obviously
outta
you're a
here.
dim.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But Jadzia, it's like, oh, young lady, young
Mm,
white
hello.
lady.
Hello,
Let me help
young
you.
white lady with Japanese tattoos.
Oh, you don't have an ID or money? Let me give you some. Here
Well,
you
let
go.
me give you this dick.
come back to
Now-
my office and use my computer for
I
free.
will
Yes,
say
I
this
have
too, though.
many connections that you could take advantage of. Please come with me.
Connections, if you know what
Yes.
I'm saying. She's a lot better at like making shit up on the fly than they
Yeah.
are.
Well, she
Like-
also didn't have a gun pointed in her face when she
True.
woke up.
Well, that's usually when I make up stuff the best. I mean, what answer will make that gun go away? I'm giving that answer now.
I also like the fact that like the guy who helps her is kind of like a fourth or fifth rate like shitty Bowie looking dude. like in the White Duke phase, like with the.
He looks like the guy who played Kirk Connors in the original Spider-Man trilogy.
I could see that too. I could see that.
I can't remember that guy's name, but
I said he was like a cross between like T-1000 and David Bowie.
Yeah, he looked like if they made a shitty, like Lifetime, like movie of the week about David Bowie, he'd be like the stand-in for the guy who played Bowie. Like he's like a shitty Bowie.
Yeah.
But yeah, he finds Jadzia and he's like, "Hello, nurse."
Let me help you.
All right, I'm gonna poke her again, and if she doesn't wake up, I'm gonna stick my dick in her face.
Come on, Harvey, don't do it. You gotta let one of them go.
Now, Harvey would tell her like it was for a part or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, you want to be in the movies?
Hey, you want to be in Star Trek DS9? I am, shithead. Oh yeah.
Do you want to stay in it?
Because we could just put spots on another chick, so you might want to shut the fuck up.
That was the guy.
Oh my God, is that what happened to Dax?
Yeah.
That's what happened to Crusher.
Yeah, Crusher was sexually harassed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why she left second season.
That's why she left. They fired that guy, and then she came back.
Yeah, Maurice, what's his nuts?
And so then they hired the most unuttractive woman imaginable.
Michael Piller?
Yeah. I don't know who sexually harassed her.
Maurice.
Maurice Touch-a-Butt, I believe his name was.
Hey, she should have known.
Maurice Pervo.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty great name. I wish I knew somebody named Maurice Pervo.
That's going to be my next D&D character's name. This is Maurice Pervo.
Hey, this is my friend Maurice. Maurice, you look familiar. What's your full name? Maurice Pervo.
But some people call me Space Cowboy.
Maurice
Now, is this Pervot? No, it's silent T. Pervo.
Pervo.
He tries to throw the accent like Pervo. But they're like, no, you mean Pervo. It's Pervo.
Pervo.
It's pronounced as whoopee.
It's as we pay. That's weird. We were all having the same thought.
Yeah.
That was a great SNL sketch. So, Nicolas Cage. That's Ass We Pay. Asswipe Johnson. But yeah, so they end up in the sanctuary city, and it's not very nice because that's where all the hobos and the crazy people and, just people who can't get jobs and they're not rich and they just kind of generally suck. This is
people who got lost on the BART one day.
Yes, this episode is too close to home for me at this point because this almost seems plausible at this point in America.
It's only 7 years away.
Yes, I mean, who knows how our society is going to devolve. But this was almost like watching like a future documentary. There was at one point I agreed with Ben. I was like, wow, he's right. Like this is future history.
Yeah. I mean, I still remember in the 90s watching this episode when it first came out and thinking how far-fetched it was.
Now it rings more true than ever.
Yeah. It's a little scary how accurate DS9 called the shots for the next couple of decades.
Yeah, this is really frightening because like all these like the poor people and like the crazy people and like a lot of minorities and stuff were just kind of living in these sanctuary cities or whatever, and they didn't have any job, they just kind of lived off the government. They just put walls around them.
Yeah.
Build a wall.
After visiting
build a wall. Like this is fucking crazy.
I went to San Francisco a couple of years ago.
For that rice-a-roni, son? I heard it's the San Francisco treat.
Yeah. And
you can only get it there. I don't know if you guys knew that. You can only get it.
It's very limited. I get some imported. I have a little ship that makes little runs.
It goes to the Panama Canal.
You must be on the outside of that wall, friend.
It's a cigarette boat that comes.
I don't want to give away too many details because the Coast Guard is always looking. Yeah. But no, the homeless problem out there. Like I literally thought of this episode while I was in San Francisco the first time because it was amazing that, I mean, we don't talk about homelessness anymore because there was that time when Whoopi Goldberg and Robin Williams and Billy Crystal were talking, and it was, I think, wasn't it like leading into this time when TNG and DS9 were being made that we were doing these telethons and these specials to help the homeless and to solve the homeless problem.
When people really cared. Yeah, it's true.
And then we just, for whatever reason, forgot. It's like, oh, okay, what's the next problem?
It's not the issue of the week anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think the tendency is people think, well, somebody else will do something about it.
Yeah, I mean, everybody always does, right? That's how it works.
Well, here,
I retweeted it. I mean, what else you want me to do?
Well, I mean, okay, so just for just for clarification,
Dennis, you just basically summed up activism.
Yeah.
On all levels. I mean, I fucking tweeted it. What do you want?
Hey,
did you see how many things I retweeted today?
Fuck your retweets. I changed my avatar. I didn't do it temporary. I did that shit like on my own. I didn't say temporarily change for a week on Facebook. I fucking did that on my own. I went and said change picture. I'm gonna have to manually go undo that next time something happens. I've got a job interview next week. Somebody's gonna see that shit, and I might not get a job because I had a picture.
That's not why you won't get the job.
Well, also
I won't get the job because I'm a sex pervert.
Yes.
Because my name is Pervo. Steve Pervo.
Hello, I'm a white man. I'm going to get the job.
My name is Steve Pervo. All right.
Yep.
It's a close decision. It's between Steve Pervo and Tyrone Willingham. Let's take a chance on Pervo.
Yeah, I bet Pervo is going to do some good stuff.
Yeah.
See, I've got his resume from Chester Child Molester. I think he looks pretty
Oh, wait,
good.
There's another candidate, Mohammed. No.
No.
Not that guy.
Put him
I
in
don't know, though. Have you seen Pervo's Facebook? He had...
Throw that guy in the sanctuary. That guy goes in the sanctuary.
Sanctuary. AF.
Go in the sanctuary. Sanctuary. Put him in the sanctuary.
We haven't even got those yet, sir. Oh, we can build one.
We're going to build one now. Don't worry about it. Trump's working on it. Now, let me ask you a question. Did this Chris Berner guy who was helping Dax out, they had sex, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
he got to tickle the worm.
So it's safe to say that Dax is probably the most promiscuous member of the crew?
Oh, yeah.
She's like Elaine on Seinfeld?
I would guess that when you lived as long as she has, it doesn't mean as much to you anymore. Because she's had to have countless sexual partners.
I'm thinking real hard right now, Dennis. I got to tell you.
And people, she's had sex with so many people that have died. It's like you can't form permanent.
Well, she hasn't
anymore.
had sex with people that have died.
Her worm has.
Her worm has.
I wonder what's a worm orgasm like.
The
worm kind of comes out a little bit, wiggles around.
Starts sucking their dick.
No, that's the foreplay worm.
That's the foreplay worm.
Okay. Yeah.
Climax.
You got to get it hard first.
Climax worm, it comes out of your mouth a little bit, and then goes back in. But I wouldn't know because I've never made anyone achieve fucking worm climax.
So everybody, not everybody, but a large number of the secondary players in this were named after the cast or actors, either the actors or the characters in Magnificent Seven.
I love Magnificent Seven.
So Chris Brenner.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Calvera. So, yeah, there's Vin. I mean, all these guys
are... Interesting.
Yep.
I love Magnificent Seven.
I watch it every year on my birthday.
It's a great film.
Is it available streaming anywhere?
No, I don't think so. I have the DVD somewhere.
I've never seen the original.
It's really good.
You can usually get it for like $5 at Walmart or something.
Yeah, it's a good buy.
I saw the Denzel one.
How was the Denzel one?
It's okay. But I'm not a big Western fan anyway, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you're not a big Western fan, you might not like Magnificent Seven because it's a Western.
Well, no.
So,
and there's seven
Tombstone.
cowboys.
I can't believe you laughed at that, Jenny. That was so bad.
That's why it was so funny to me, because it was just like, yeah, that's
exactly. If you don't like them science fiction shows, Deep Space Nine might not be the show for you.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I'm just not a big fan. It's not something that I seek out. You know what I mean?
Yul Brynner's amazing. I mean, Steve McQueen is in it. I mean, it's fucking Robert Wagner is in it. I mean, everybody's in this movie.
Colburn.
Yeah, James Colburn's in it. It's really
Steve
great.
Steve McQueen, the guy who directed 12 Years a Slave? That guy?
Different Steve McQueen.
Oh, white Steve McQueen. Okay.
White dead Steve McQueen.
White.
There's a difference.
Is he dead? No, he's white dead.
He's white dead.
White dead.
So still famous.
Oh, Steve McQueen's great. I love Steve McQueen, and he's great in that movie. And like there's a lot of like behind the scenes stuff. I'm sure I've told the story once because I love it. Like McQueen and Yul Brynner really didn't get along. Like they didn't like each other. So there's one scene in particular where they're taking the Indian to the graveyard, and Yul Brynner's speaking, and McQueen doesn't have any lines, but they're sitting next to each other on this like coach, and Steve McQueen is shaking the bullets. Mm-hmm. She's shaking the bullets of his shotgun to listen to the shells rattling around for no fucking reason whatsoever, just to divert attention from Yul Brynner. It's really fucking amazing. These guys hated each other.
He's got the shotgun. He goes to load it. He shakes it.
Yeah, it's really hilarious. And like, I guess there was like constant one-upmanship between the two of them because they didn't get along.
What was it? Brynner always had to have a mound of dirt that he could stand on
because he was short.
Because he was shorter. There was a scene where their horses are constantly going or whatever, and it was mainly Brynner though. McQueen was just doing it to fuck with him because there was an argument about who was the bigger star, so whose name would come first. And McQueen was like, "I don't fucking care. I mean, is it a check? I don't."
Yeah, Yul Brynner was a bigger star at that point because Steve McQueen was still doing Rebel at that point, I think, on TV. Yeah. He actually got out of his Rebel contract because Steve McQueen was in like a Western show. He got out of his contract by like faking an injury, like where he said like he got hurt riding a fucking horse or something. He couldn't go to work. And like he couldn't do anything, so he just went.
Was it the horse that he rode to work?
I don't know. He just got hurt. Like he said, he was hurt. He was injured in an accident, and he couldn't do Rebel, so they had to stop production on that. And he just went.
Did he contact Calvis and Ackman?
Yes, he
I hear
did.
they can help out.
Well, Robert Wagner was like, "Hey, I can help you with that, buddy, if you need it."
That's where he got the idea.
Yeah. Like, you know what? I'm really good at this. I'm really good at referring people to shitty lawyers. Interesting.
If this Man from Uncle thing doesn't work out,
great show.
I know where I'm going.
Great show, and the film is fantastic too. I don't care what anybody says. So, anywho, show. So Dax is kicking it with shitty Bowie.
Just living the high life.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. She got her hair did. She got some new makeup. I mean, she got some fancy clothes. Like, where did this guy get all this stuff?
She got her Japanese tattoos all over her body.
But yes, and then Brigitte and Sisko are just kind of walking the streets, and Sisko is just basically giving Brigitte a history lesson the whole time they're together. It's like you get a lot of backstory really quick, like a lot of it.
Yeah.
I don't like that there's always somebody who's familiar with this time period.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a hobby of mine.
Yes.
I studied the 1930s quite frequently.
I studied 5 days in San Francisco in the 20th century. I mean, just for fun. I mean, you know.
Yeah. And I mean, I understand that it was a big event, but was it something that he's going to know about in 300 years?
Right off the top of his head.
His school still had Black History Month, so that's why it came up.
He knew everything about it. And
we still talk about like Salem witch trials and stuff like that.
But in detail like this?
Yeah.
There are people who know a lot of
those people are called fucking weirdos.
The chance that those people would happen to be the ones that are transported back to that time, the odds of that.
And why do they always go back to an interesting part in time? Like, why don't they go back to something boring and stupid? Yeah. You know, like, we got transferred to the time where that guy's lunch got burnt at the restaurant. He was really mad about that. And
because he was mad about it, did he go on to become a genocidal maniac and start the riots that would bring down? Can't change
the timeline.
It's like, no, he didn't. He just
Michael Douglas in Falling Down.
No, I'm just thinking, it's like, no, he didn't. He just had a really bad afternoon and went on back to work.
Yeah. And he had a minor fender bender.
And he got into a car accident with Hitler.
What? Really? No. Just trying to make it more interesting.
Yeah, it's
it was Jimmy Hitler.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same.
So then,
it's Hitler, actually. That's how I pronounce it.
Steve Purvo hit Hitler. It was. Yeah, they always have to go back to someplace interesting. And again, you're right. Like, you know, Sisko knows everything about everything, and he's just
required reading for captains.
And Julian just happens not to know anything, so he's just like, really.
Although, if your favorite baseball player is Buckaroo Banzai, then you might study the times that he lived in, and it might come
Right.
up that the season was shortened because of, riots all across the country, and so you might want to
Okay,
learn more
that's a good
about it.
point.
So there might be
All
some
right.
valid reason behind it for
But
Sisko
then,
knowing it.
And then and then all of a sudden we run into shitty Corey Feldman, who's one of the rioters, who's a real jerk, and he's just kind of beating everybody up.
The guy has the
Oh.
best real name too.
What's
His real name is Frank Military.
Yeah.
Frank Military?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Because when the show, when they
Frank
were showing
Military.
the guest stars or whatever, I saw Frank Military. Frank Military. I got to Google this guy.
Frank Military.
No, so I mean, we were just we wrote all through the whole episode. That was
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock, homeless Kid
Yeah.
Rock.
Yeah.
I literally didn't find out what his actual name was until late into the second episode, because every time he walked on the screen, I just said, "My name is Kid."
Hey, that guy's going to be your senator from Michigan soon. So just,
On the bar with the bar ticket.
yeah. Yep, that's see. I thought. See, it's funny. It's funny where your brains go. You thought Kid Rock. I thought Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fucking shitty Kid Rock.
Like
He
the two
looked-
had a love child together or something, maybe.
He kind of looked like the human version of Heathcliff to me. Like, I can see that guy rummaging through trash for fish bones.
Pulling out fish bones.
Yeah.
What did Heathcliff want to do with the fish? I don't understand. Like, there's no fucking meat on that. Is he just sucking the marrow out?
He's a pretty healthy cat. He's not
Yeah.
scrounging for food. I mean, he's well fed,
It's Garfield's brother. Things didn't work out very well for
I
him.
guess.
Trash
So-
brother.
I always liked Heathcliff better. He wasn't a
He-
fucking whiny bitch.
Heathcliff, no one should terrorize the neighborhood. Hey, Heathcliff. Heathcliff. Remember Marvin? Remember the baby Marvin? Do you remember Marvin?
It's still in papers.
Really?
The baby
Wow.
Marvin.
What?
It was I think it was it the same artist who did Heathcliff?
I think it's the same artist who does High and Lois.
Okay. It's this baby that looks kind of like Garfield.
Oh, I
It's the
remember now.
easiest way to describe it. Like,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
Garfield was a human baby, he'd be Marvin. They
Yeah.
kind of had the same attitude, and like they were kind of dicks.
They both hated Mondays.
Yeah, oh,
Mhm.
totally. Well, I think he hated Saturdays because that's copyright infringement or something. It's like he's like, man, I fucking hate Saturdays because my parents are
I
home.
fucking love baked ziti.
ZD is rocking. But yeah, so I don't know why I thought of Marvin, but what ifs. But yeah, so
We were thinking about cats.
I was
He looks
thinking
like a cat.
he does. He looks like Garfield. Like if you saw him, you'd go, "Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense."
I mean,
So
that helped me
He
remember.
was
him. I
also
couldn't
voiced by
remember-
Bill Murray.
He was.
Or the
Actually,
fake Bill Murray.
Yeah, Lorenzo Music.
Yeah, who was the
Peter
voice? No, he was also Peter Venkman, but he was the. If memory serves me correctly, he was the porter. He was the doorman on Rhoda.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Lorenzo Music?
Yes, or
Mhm.
Newhart,
Okay.
one of those shows. He
Was
was the speaker, but I gotta look. I know it was one of them because I was watching that episode and I was like, "Holy shit, that's Garfield!" Hang on, Lorenzo Music.
That's why I thought it was so weird when Bill Murray did Garfield's voice in the movies.
Yeah, because it's like that's what they were going for all along.
Bill,
They had
that
like
was
a
probably Bill
rivalry.
Murray's idea.
Yeah, it's like, look, man, I want to get paid.
It was an homage.
He's the
probably.
co-creator of the Bob Newhart Show. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and Doorman on Rhoda.
Yep, I was right. Man, I'm fucking smart. And
And
Rhoda's still alive.
Yeah. He was
She's
also
had
on,
She's had brain cancer for like 4 years,
she's,
and she's still alive.
well, you know, McCain's still alive too.
But I mean, like, that's crazy to me that she's still alive. Because I remember when she first got diagnosed with brain cancer, like, man, she ain't gonna live too much longer. And MeTV
Well,
did
it's the
like,
same thing with Patrick Swayze. Like
Yeah,
he
he
lived
had
for a
pancreas.
long time with pancreatic
yeah,
cancer.
normal people don't do that. But like, Rhoda was in such like, I guess, kind of disarray that MeTV ran a week of Rhoda episodes on Mary Tyler Moore. Because when Mary Tyler Moore's on, they ran like Rhoda specific episodes. Mary Tyler Moore's been dead for like a year. Rhoda's still kicking it. It's crazy to me, man. Crazy. Crazy.
Good for her.
I guess. I don't like Rhoda. I didn't like that shit.
Good, clean living, and she's a Scientologist.
Not really in there. Is she?
No, I don't know. I'm just trying to find a reason why she can live so long. It's
Valerie
either the
Harper.
Illuminati.
Yeah, she's still alive.
You see, for me, Valerie Harper, I was pretty sure she died because I used to watch Valerie's Family, and then she died, and then it became the Harper family or something, Hogan family.
Yeah, it says 2015 Harper was hospitalized in Maine after falling unconscious, taken via medevac to a larger hospital for further treatment. She was later discharged. She's fine. She was even on Dancing with the Stars, I remember, when she was all... Yeah, like she did it all. Like
Oh my God.
Yeah. In 2013, she was on Dancing with the Stars. That was after she was... I mean, she had lung cancer, man, in 2009, and they thought she was sure as shit dead. But nope, she had some kind of crazy cancer, man. Crazy, I believe it was called crazy cancer. Crazy, man. Crazy cancer.
I hope I don't get the crazy cancer.
Yeah, me neither.
Farrah Fawcett had butt cancer, and that's been like my nightmare ever since I
What,
heard
colon
that.
cancer?
No, butt cancer.
Actual
Like
butt
ass-
Like rectal cancer.
Yeah, like your asshole cancer.
cancer of the butt.
And when they started calling leukemia blood cancer, that made it a lot more scary for me, and I started donating because I was like, no.
No one should have blood cancer.
Do you think they could just drain your blood and refill you with your good old blood?
No, but I know I started donating money to the leukemia research.
I thought you meant you were donating blood.
No,
Sorry.
I stopped. I don't want to risk getting blood cancer from people.
That's the ticket, Ben. So where are we here?
Kid Rock.
Yeah, that's right. Kid Rock's beating people
Sanctuary
up.
City.
And
Ghost man.
Sisko doesn't want to do too much because
We can't do anything that will alter the timeline. We must stay on the
Don't-
path.
Don't F with time.
yeah.
Simple
I mean
Prime
that's
Directive.
it's a good idea to have, but I mean, them being there is interrupting the timeline. So I mean, like, but it's weird that they're taking such like
We can't help that man being beaten in the street.
Like if you think about it, every time they poop, they introduce new bacteria from other worlds.
Well, those comm badges with 24th century circuitry sure didn't hurt matters.
Yeah.
And again,
somebody pawned those, I'm sure.
No, that technology is what helps lead to the technology on Discovery being more advanced than it should. all these little things.
Yeah.
Boom. Ben. Good call, buddy. I like that you're getting on board with Discovery, man. That's awesome. Are you still watching that other one there, the Omaha, whatever it's called, the Orville?
Well, if you listen to my podcast, The Wilbur, you'd know.
I didn't know. I was unaware. You got to send up some links, bruh. Got to link me.
What is that on Stitcher Premium?
Got to link me, bruh.
It's behind a paywall.
Is Orville any good? Have you been watching that?
The episodes that I've seen, I've enjoyed.
Okay. So that means you've watched 2 of them?
3.
What's not bad? 3 out of 5?
Yeah.
It's not
Well,
bad.
now to be fair though, I just caught up with episode 4 and 5 of Discovery.
Well, playoff baseball. I get it.
I got other stuff like the fact that Turner just homered.
Did he?
In the top of the 8th, so now the score is 3-2.
Fucking Justin Turner, man.
And Puig is at bat.
Yeah, Yasiel Puig's a damn good ball player. God, Justin Turner is a fucking man.
He's got a terrible haircut, though.
Whatever, dude. Yasiel Puig?
Yeah, he needs a new barber.
He's got a fade, son. He's got a weird fade.
Yeah, but he's got like all that weird shit. Like,
I love Justin Turner.
That stuff's no good.
Fucking
Can't believe
caveman.
Can't believe they got rid of that guy. You can't get him out. He's amazing.
Yeah.
That series against us, he went 10 for 15. How is that even possible? With like 8 doubles or some crazy shit like that. Like, what the fuck? Every time he got up, like, that's another hit, that's another hit, that's another hit. The guy is unfucking
We've
real.
been pretty good at walking Puig, so.
I love Yasiel Puig. I remember when the Dodgers were trying to get rid of him because they thought he was dog shit.
Yeah.
The Mets should have got Yasiel. I love Yasiel Puig. He's real good.
Have all kinds of Cubans in the outfield.
And he'd be hot dogging like a motherfucker. Boy, I love that guy because I know it makes white people mad, so I'm into it. If you make white people angry, I'm down. That's why I like Cam Newton. Make white people mad. You know, man, I wish you'd play the game the right way. If I hear that, I'm like, I love that guy. He's my favorite. I've always been
pissed off. They walked him.
Of course
Anyway.
they're not pitching a Puig. He's great.
But to get more details on that, you'll have to check out my Cubs podcast.
Please.
Every Saturday, the Cubby Clubby. But,
Cubby Club. It sounds like a sandwich at a shitty restaurant, like a bear themed restaurant. I'd like the Cubby Club, please. Roar, it's coming right up. So anywho, where are we? I feel like we're dragging. We're losing Jenny. She's falling asleep.
Yeah,
I'm falling asleep.
There's too much baseball.
Too much baseball. No such thing. So then all kinds of shit jumps off. There's a riot. Actually, not the riot. I guess they get into a fight. And
there's just fights breaking out everywhere because people are basically, they don't have enough food. They don't have anywhere to sleep. People are sleeping in the street because people won't let people sleep in their building. Yeah,
this isn't like a fun Mick Jagger, David Bowie dancing in the street kind of thing. This is like people are grumpy.
This is Lord of the Flies.
Calling now around the world.
They look like a lot of fun in that video, though.
But you'd get shanked if you were to do that. Like if Bashir and Sisko started that, somebody's shanking them.
Well, that's what happened. I don't know if you can hear it. It's real faint, but Julian starts going. Kid Rock's like, "Hey, fuck you, man!" And then he tries to take his stuff, and then George Bell hops in, and he gets stabbed. And of course, it's not George. Gabriel Bell, Stinger Bell. He gets stabbed, and as soon as he got stabbed, I was like, "Oh, I know who that guy is."
Yeah.
He's actually the.
It's very convenient though that Gabriel Bell and Sisko look close enough for police sake. Like they're close enough. Like he fits the general description. Black male, mid-30s, average height. Yep, that's you. So it works.
Let me guess. Black hair, brown eyes. Okay.
Well, I mean, to be fair though, this guy actually is a stand-in for Sisko.
Oh, really?
Like he's the guy who would do all the stand-ins, and he actually was a stand-in for him in this episode and the next episode. So you've actually possibly seen him in the past. But.
Okay, so
the past tense. The past tense.
Yeah, so Gabriel Bell does get killed by fucking Kid Rock, and so now they're like,
we have to save those hostages.
Yeah.
And then there's a riot at the workstation, and fucking Sisko ends up with a shotgun, and then he goes in, and then the fucking Kid Rock is in there, and he's all like, "Yeah, I'm Kid Rock," and then stuff happens.
Yeah, and on the Defiant, they're like trying to call anybody to find out what's happening, but they lose. Earth. All the satellites are gone.
Yeah, everything's gone.
And everybody on Earth is gone.
And so my favorite part of the episode is
I guess.
Your boy Colin Meaney fucking throws out some random ass suggestion like, well, there could be a bubble around the ship caused by some kind of Trekanese, and he's like, let me run some tests. What fucking tests are you gonna run for that? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? There just so happens to be a test to see if your ship is the anchor to your timeline because of some fucking energy bubble. Like,
now, is this before or after First Contact? This is before?
Before, because Generations was only a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, because this is similar to when they look through the temporal bubble that the Borg go through, and they don't see that Earth has now been terraformed by the Borg or whatever.
But I just love how he's like, let me run some tests. Like, bitch, you're making up bullshit science on the spot, and you're just going, I got some tests.
Yeah. Well, it's because he's from TNG.
Get out my face.
He knows techno babble.
In case of temporal realignment, run this checklist. Okay.
It's in the computer.
Yeah.
I guess it's a good thing they don't rely on the Federation cloud for all their data, because if you get thrown in the past, you're fucked.
I think maybe episodes like this are what have taught me over the years to fear the cloud.
Yeah, keep a local backup, man.
Keep a local backup.
The cloud.
Because we're moving to OneDrive, and I just don't trust it.
Don't fear the cloud, Ben.
Come on, Ben, now don't fear the cloud now.
Don't need that local backup.
Take my hand.
I back everything up to floppy just in case.
Better back that ass up. Use a big, fine data. Won't you back
that? Got a big, fine data plan. Won't you back that ass?
And then the episode ends. So there you go.
We seriously went from the Blue Oyster Cult to Juvenile just like that.
I mean, come on. That's what we do. Bam. I mean, what would you expect from the podcast that invented 2 dick Klingons? I mean, that's all us.
America, when Police House does show up on Discovery, you're welcome.
Oh, dude, when Police House shows up on Discovery, we are going to be rich as fuck. And then we'll hear from Manny. Manny will be like, hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, when are we recording next time?
So what's been going on? Did you guys see the show? That was totally my idea, right?
See, it would have been totally it may be though, because the show is called STD.
I wish I could see. I wish you guys could see Dennis's smile when we're making fun of Manny. He's so happy right now. Like I haven't seen you that happy in years, Dennis.
Hey, we all have to live our life.
No, I'm not hating. I just thought it was a good joke.
Yeah, if you're a Patreon subscriber, you get to see Dennis's beautiful smile.
I love Manny. Yeah. But anywho,
I think he's got a girlfriend.
I know he does. I mean, yeah, Manny's that guy.
Yeah.
You know,
everybody never thought he would be.
Everybody knows the guy like that.
Yeah.
You know, they get steady, trim. They get a lady friend or a boyfriend, and they ghost. That's what happens. Ben and Jenny were smart. They're like, you know what? We do the show together. Let's just date.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Then we don't have to just diss out on everybody.
So I never get away. Ever. No.
He's like, don't you need to go back to Charleston for something?
Hey, motherfucker, don't you want to go watch some baseball? Get out of here. You got some fucking friends?
I don't need nothing you got no more.
You know, you should go to Chicago, watch this game. That'd be real fun.
Bring me back some Ivy.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Speaking of Clubber Lang, this has nothing to do with anything. I was telling Sophie.
He's from Chicago, by the way.
Yeah, Clubber Lang. He's native son.
But he's probably a White Sox fan.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing from the South Side.
Yeah. And he likes the hat.
Brace.
Sophie and I were getting out of the car, and I was telling her that, like, because I guess when shit jumps off at school, the teacher puts everybody back in a circle. Because, like, it's circle time to kind of calm everybody down, and then she kind of lays out some discipline. So I told Sophie that I was going to bring that into our house. So when her and Bobby act up, I was going to put them in a circle of beatings is what I told her. You have a circle of beatings. And Sophie got out of the car, and she said, "You should have never came back." I was like,
what? Did she say it like that?
Yes, she said it just like that. I was so happy. I was like, "You're so funny."
I'm gonna beat you like a dog.
She said, "You should have never came back." And I was like, "What?"
She's just doing that to score points, so she doesn't get beaten.
Yeah. So she was getting the circle of beatings.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's real fun. It's a cool kid. But anywho, you'll have moments like that, Dennis. You just got to talk like Clubber Lang all the time to your kids, and they'll wonder why. Why does my dad talk like that sometimes?
Dead meat.
Is my dad asked me if I'm ready for another beating?
Yo, chicken.
You ready for another beating, kid? You should have never came back. So yeah, so that's it. So what'd you guys think of the episode? Ben, what'd you think? So you can get back to your game. It looks like it's getting tense.
Yeah. There's umpires on the field.
Play ball.
The band is on the field.
There's always there. So what do you think, Ben? Give the first half of the episode a good rating.
Well, for the first half, I'm thinking about giving it an 8.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. 7.5, 8, because it's clicking on a couple of things. You've got future history happening, and then it's just a really tight episode, I thought.
Okay.
So those are two of my favorite things.
Mm-hmm. All right. What about you, Jenny?
I'm going to agree and say 7.5. I really liked the first half of this episode. Before I even knew whether or not we were going to watch or talk about both of them at once, I was just like, look, let's just go ahead and watch it because I want to know what happens. So, yeah, good stuff.
I agree. I wanted to watch the second half, but I didn't think I'd have enough time. But it was one of those where I was like, oh, I want to keep going, but I didn't know if I'd have enough. But I really like it. I'm going to say 7.5 too, or 7.5 as well. The 7.5 2 doesn't make any sense. I don't want people to get confused. Like, is that a 7.7? What does that mean? 7.5 as well. What about you, Denos?
Yeah, I gave it a 7. It's pretty good.
Pretty.
I had to watch the second one as well.
And I also liked Kid Rock. Space Kid Rock's a real dick. I hope he gets
Frank Military.
Fuck Frank Military. This stupid face. All right. Well, you guys go watch your baseball game because Ben looks very serious right now.
Yeah, we're yelling at each other.
People.
Who's yelling at everybody?
Joe Madden is yelling at the umps.
It's gonna get tossed again.
Yep.
Better watch it.
It's top of the 8th. Ooh, there's finger pointing.
With your fancy glasses.
I read a funny quote online. It said, last time I saw Joe Madden this mad, they ran out of kale at fucking Whole Foods. Because he's real hipster.
Yeah.
But there you go, everybody. All right, Ben, well, have fun. Jenny, have fun watching Ben stress out about baseball.
Yep, always.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.